Yesterday was about relationships. Today's gonna be about questions about what it means to be a man. So that could be just any questions you got about being a man or life, or just in general life purpose. But specifically, this session is goes out to the men. But anyone in the chat that wants to pop a question, you can pop a question low key. I'm gonna give my brother some time to think about his first question, and we're gonna try and get this 10K done. So we walk a 10K. We talk about life, have a discussion, and yeah, like I said, any questions in the chat, you can pop them in the chat. So life purpose. First question of Bucket Hat Talk. Too focused. And you know what? It took me a while to kind of come to this like conclusion, and I kind of realized it. How focused is too focused is the question, and the answer is this, right? It depends what you want out of life. Let me get some angles in this. Touches yourself, so you could be a millionaire and still lead a mediocre life if the money and resources, energy, influence only touches yourself. So that's what I mean by focus. Is how focus is too focused? Well, you can be focused on yourself to the point where you forget that you're the only human. You know, there's more than one human on the planet type thing. That's number one. Number two is, well, and this was a strong life lesson. If you want to impact more than just yourself, then you do need to be focused to the point where your energy and your thoughts are going towards that goal, whatever that goal may be. Could be getting a new car, could be getting a haircut, could be building an app, getting a job, whatever it is, getting a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, buying your first house.
So it's looking at Pokemon Go.
Yeah, Pokemon Go is going crazy right now.
I've decided to just keep doing that. I might as well.
Yeah, so that don't really matter too much. But the point is that, have you achieved your goal? You're like, how focused is too focused? Well, it shouldn't be to the sacrifice or detriment of other people. Wait, who's this in the chat? Let me see that.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
What are you saying?
Yeah, we doing Pokemon Go. Oh, the Twitch ads are crazy. Welcome to the chat. You just saying hello?
Oh yeah, bro. I just put my. I re-downloaded my Pokemon Go.
Oh, you're on Unite right now?
Oh, long.
Hey, welcome to the chat. Hey, I gotta do my 10K, Brody. So yeah, I can't even jump on right now. My brother playing Pokemon Go low key, but can't even jump on. We're just doing life lessons, and the question was, how focused is too focused? The short answer is, one, yeah, it depends what you want out of life. If you want to have a successful life, and I define success by how many people have you touched, influenced in a positive way, right? Could be your neighbors, could be millions of people, could be your subscribers. How many people have you affected in a positive way? Because that's your legacy, right? That's your influence, that's your legacy type thing. But if you're focused to the point where it's a detriment to yourself and the people around you, where it becomes like an obsession, then obviously it's too much. If it's affecting your health in a negative way and there's no recovery time, then it's too much. I no longer believe in this balance. I used to believe in like the yin and yang balance and all of that. I think in life, there's a Bible verse, right? When Adam when Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden, yeah, what did God say? God said that only by the fruit the sweat of your brow, will you be able to get fruit from the land? I'm paraphrasing. The long story short is, God basically said now, man, anything that you want out of life, you're going to have to work your socks off for it. Where you was living in abundance, you're no longer living in that abundance. You're going to have to sow the land. So, yeah, in terms of how focused is too focused, generally, I don't think we're focused enough as a youth. And if we focused more, we would achieve more. But also, the focus needs to be in the right place. I don't think you can really have balance and focus, because to focus on one thing means to ignore another. Am I counting my steps? Yeah, by the K. It's by kilometers.
The Apple Watch, man.
It's by kilometers. I don't know if you can see my Apple Watch.
Mine is inactivated.
This is my brother, by the way. Welcome to the chat.
Yo, chat. I'm not counting mine right now, but I am on Pokemon Go.
He's playing Pokemon Go right now. This is called Bucket Hat Talks.
Ain't that too rare right now?
I'm counting steps by kilometers.
My drip was so cold.
No, wait, what? No, I'm counting steps by steps, right? Yeah. I'm counting steps by steps. As in, like, 10K is... No, wait, I'm on drugs. Wait, hold on. Wait. No, I'm counting by kilometers, not by steps. Wait, what? No, wait, I'm on drugs. Wait.
Bro, it's wait, what?
Wait.
I know it is by the K, actually, but it was also by steps.
I think it's both.
Both.
I might be on drugs, though.
It's both, because when it calculates the distance, but it also does the steps for you as well.
Because when I check my app, I'm looking at how many steps I've done. I'm not looking at the distance I've traveled. Wait, oh my.
You're also checking the distance
you know what? I'm cooked. Let me
both,
just.
Man.
That's a good point.
It's both.
Wait, all right, she might have just cooked me.
It's both, bro.
Wait. If I go on my app, yeah, I'm confused now. Well, hey, I'm confused. I might have to check that later. Because when I do a 10K, it's a 10K by 10 kilometers, meaning that's the distance I've traveled, right? That's not the how many steps I've done. But I want to do 10K steps. Yo, that's like a paradox. That's a good question.
Maybe that's question too.
I don't know the answer to that question, B, but yeah, that's a good paradox. Bucket hat question. So yeah, that's the question about how focused is too focused. That's the answer for that. I think it depends on what you want to achieve in life. If you want to have a mediocre life, or if you want to have a life that touches many people. And many is your surrounding area, your neighborhood, or locally or internationally, whatever that means for you. But can you improve the life of the people around you in a positive way? By being a good person, by influencing them in positive manners, by leading by example. But the truth is, even just that words focus, like I said, if you're focusing on one thing, you are ignoring other things. And the problem with today's society is that we are overexposed, overstimulated. So we're trying to do too many things at once. And actually we end up not necessarily being a master of anything. We just like pick up something and don't see it to the end, we don't finish the task. So I think we need to be more focused in general. But yeah, that's the answer to that question. W chat. W question.
As a man, yeah, like who should be your first point of call when something goes wrong?
That's a very good question. So the question is, as a man, who should be your first point of call when something goes wrong? Huh? Yeah, I wasn't gonna make it. Gucci bucket hat, Gucci bucket hat. Gucci bucket hat, Gucci bucket hat. So yeah, the question is, as a man, who should be your first point of call when something goes wrong? Well, I'm gonna give you two answers. First things first, right? As a man, I know this, this might not be for everyone, but you can also take some juice out of that. As a man, you should pray.
Yeah.
First point of call should be God. Now, God lives in you, and I mean that to say that when you're praying, it's also a meditation on a solution. It's not necessarily like you're just trying to reach out to the heavens and grab something from thin air. No, God already lives in you. So that means the answer to your problem is already inside of you. You just need to meditate on it, pray on it, and your intuition will kind of already tell you. You kind of usually always already know the answer to your problems, but we just don't want to believe ourselves, So the first point of call I would say is to speak to God, i.e., speak to yourself, um, meditate on it, and then secondly, it should really be another man in your life that you. Oh, Charlie, that was a big spider, boy. That's a serious spider. Oh, yeah. Look at the spider that was my thing. Yeah, long day. Long day. The spider that was on my thing just now. Oh my.
The Spider-Man.
He's trying to stop me from preaching the word, like. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I almost turned into Miles Morales. It was almost into the Spideyverse just now. I was, hey. It almost became a Marvel movie just now. Okay, let me stop tripping. So basically, yeah, that's number one. Number two is hopefully you have another male in your life, another strong, competent male in your life. Doesn't really matter the age. Hopefully they're older than you, but you have another strong, competent male in your life that hopefully has your best interests at heart and is going to give you proper advice. It's going to give you real advice, proper advice. The last person on that list is your wife or your girlfriend, bro. They're the last person. By the time you speak to her, the problem's solved type thing. You might be like, oh yeah, this and this and this happened, but I solved it. Boom. And I already explained last episode why that is. It's not about keeping secrets. It's more about why alert certain people about the danger that can't do anything for it. It's just gonna add to their worries, etc., etc. Right? So it's about timing. This is the type of world that we live in. So hopefully you have these people around you. If you don't have these people around you, like I said to you, the first comes first is God. So speak to yourself, and your intuition will tell you if you listen. And that's kind of how I'd answer that question. Good question. W's in the chat. Hope everyone having a wonderful day. Be outside getting out. Charlie, you gotta look where you're going, Brody. He's too obsessed with the Pokemon, bro. Yeah, he became a fanatic for the. Yeah, like fanatic for the Pokemon Go, bro. All right. You want to drink already? All right, let's bust it left.
There's no way we're gonna stop. That's gonna have a drink.
Well, we're going to Tesco the long. Oh, we can go to that shop. We're going to Tesco the long way. We can go to that shop. Yeah. Okay. Next question. I'm still thinking about that spider, Loki. That spider was too serious.
when should you be looking to drive as a man?
That's a good question. Nice and simple. When should you be looking to drive as a young man? Old. Is that spider number 2?
Where?
Old.
Where?
Yo, man.
Where, man?
Nah, it's gone. It wasn't spider number 2. I'm capping. Gucci bucket. Hey, the bucket hat, man. They trying to attack that. They trying to attack that bucket hat. They trying to turn me into freaking real life Miles Morales, boy. I'm not Peter Parker, bro. I'm cool with spiders, but not that cool. So the question is, at what point should you drive as a man? I'm gonna be real with you. Even if you ain't got a car, get your license as soon as possible, y'all. You ain't gotta have the car yet, but you need to have the ability to drive it. In 2026, do you need to drive manual? You know, there's so many automatic cars now. You probably don't need to drive manual, let's be real. Majority of the cars that you get in even like third world countries, whatever you want to call it, or developing countries, they're gonna have a manual, they're gonna have an automatic option for you to hire. It's more about you being able to actually, you know, okay, so we just done 2K. Our average pace is mad slow, but that's all right. So yeah, you're gonna want to drive ASAP. Is the long story short of it. Yo, bro, go in front, let the girl pass in it. You going for a party or something? You're gonna want to drive ASAP, just so you got the basic skill. So that's an easy question, really. Get your license, y'all. Male and female, any emergency situation, you can drive, and you're legal. And obviously, it's good for the ID, etc., etc. So, W's in the chat. Good question. Bucket hat talks. I'm not gonna lie, that spider got me like moving kind of left and sideways, but I'm a little bit shook. This is post gym as well. Today was actually leg day, but I didn't stream in the gym because I was like, let me just enjoy my gym time when it's leg day because I got to put so much focus. Let's cross the road. All right. Do you have a question for the chat?
I don't know if any of you guys watch this anime, Vinland Saga, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like,
I'll be Vinland Saga in the chat.
if anyone's seen a shout out to Thorfinn, man, that's one of my jokes. But yeah, the question is basically, is it like, as a guy, do you think it's actually valid to like abandon like technology and like just live on the farmland and like be at peace with the world and nature and stuff? Do you think that's a valid lifestyle to live?
As opposed to
like
city life?
Like yeah. Or like, would it be valid to live that for a few years, experience it, and come back to the city life, like to be grounded?
Well, to be honest with you, it's a good question. So the question is, should you live like Thorfinn in Vinland Saga and find a little farmland area and be one with nature and kind of give up the city life? Well, I think for everyone, life was way more simple then. We've complicated things unnecessarily. Some things are like for our convenience, for sure, but some things are just unnecessarily complicated. So if you could get a farm, you're allowed to farm and you can live off the land and you can provide for yourself. I don't know, I'll say why not. I don't think you're missing much, you know. Even people that just move outside of the big cities, people that move outside of London have a completely different experience to the big city. Funny enough, obviously there's more people in the big city, but more people in the big city are lonely.
That's
People
true.
people outside of the big city in these like more rural areas of the country, they know everybody in their village, you know your neighbors, and you walk down to the shop, you know everyone in the local shop, people say hello to you, they want to speak to you, have a chat with you, and actually there's less people there, funny enough, right? So it's quite interesting. And even when I was growing up, you knew your neighbors. Now, hey, you knock on your neighbor's door, you might call the police on you or something.
Inside.
Yeah, it could be a problem even if you just say hello to someone down the street type thing. So, um,
Wow, my egg just hatched.
I think that's a
Yes.
W egg hatching in the
W
chat.
egg hatch Froakie.
W egg hatch in the chat.
W egg hatch and it's a Froakie.
I don't even know what Froakie is, but W egg hatch in the chat. Yeah, that's a valid question. Having some interesting questions today. W chat.
Is it? Yeah. What sort of media should a man be consuming? Yeah, that's a good.
That's a W question. So the question for the chat is, what sort of media should a man be consuming? Well, so let's say there's like 3 or 4 types of media. And the one on the bottom of that list is entertainment. So already entertainment is 4. I would say the one on the top of that list is education. Any media that is going to educate you in any way, shape, or form. That could be documentaries, audio books. That could be, newspaper, actual books. Any content that's gonna, online courses, any content that's just gonna increase you, develop you as a man. That's number 1. Number 2 is any financial content. It's unfortunate that we live in a materialistic world unless you're in the Amazon. So you need to have some ear towards the financial world, even if you can't do anything about it because of your position, because of your current scenario. Having some knowledge on what's going on in the world, stock-wise, crypto-wise, educating you how to save better, how to manage your money better, anything like that is going to be beneficial. That's number 2. And then number 3 is content, educational content of your choice, which maybe necessarily hasn't got an aim, but it's going to make you a better person in general because you're increasing your knowledge on any subject. So even if it's football, people would say you're wasting your time on football, but that can actually be a gateway for certain things. It makes you a little bit interesting, right? Makes you a little bit interesting. So I wouldn't put that in the entertainment bracket. I'll put that in you educating yourself on a topic bracket. But the topic couldn't be something as simple as football or manga or anime, because it will allow you to be an expert in that particular field. So anything that, even if it's a field that's a little bit hey hoo ha ha, you're still an expert. I think it's open. Alright, chat, we're gonna go into a shop real quick. So I'm just gonna try to be a little bit more humble. Even though the shop is looking. I know what I'm getting. That iceberg's looking kind of naughty.
Yeah, family.
Hello, boss. Can I get this one and 2 what's it? Get can I have 2 regular ice blast? This one.
Next one.
Can I get 2 of those?
Which one do you want?
Of us, of this one.
This one.
Yeah, two. Yeah, can you mix mine, please?
Is it this cup?
I've got the lid for that. 150.
You haven't got a lid for that one.
Other one I've got the lid.
No, the cup.
Yeah, that's fine, man. I guess we ain't gonna have no lid.
Right.
The lids are finished. It's all good. Oh, I need some fruit sweets.
I'll pay.
You're gonna pay?
I'm going.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Yeah, look at that. Having a younger brother, it comes in handy. Do you have like the fruit sweet? No. Yeah, same as yours. Yeah. No. Yeah, it's not there, boss. There's no like. Oh, those ones. Oh yeah. I see it. This one. Yeah, this one. Sorry, after you, man. You all the way lit.
Do you pay for these? No.
No, I didn't pay for it yet. Oh, you found the lid?
Yeah. Let me get one like. Chocolate. Chocolate. Sure.
Thanks, man.
Oh, Morrison. Have you got the what's the card?
Club card, bro.
Yeah.
Stubby's in the chat. Yeah. Bucket hat. Living good. Call it bucket hat living. Cheers, my guy. Bucket hat living.
Your might have a bit more red, but there's a lot more blue. Well, actually, there's not. That's not true. It's equal. Yo, that's serious.
Then we should cross the road. There's more shade on that road. All right. We lit. Do you have another question for the chat, yeah?
How much trust should you be putting in other people?
So, chat, the question is, how much trust should you be putting in other people? Now, this is a very interesting question. Humans by design are social, you know, I can't pronounce that word. Social creatures, yeah. For example, when you put fuel in your car, you're trusting somebody else that what you're putting in the car is that fuel. When you go on the road, you're trusting that other people ain't gonna drive into you. When you go in a shop, that you're trusting that when you tap that card that it's gonna work. You know what I mean? You're trusting that the tap water are gonna run when you open it. So you already trust people with your whole life. But many people you don't really necessarily think of it that way. So there's that aspect. And I think there's another aspect where you will never really get like, everyone is gonna portray a trust. Okay, I think that's how I should start. That's how I should start that answer. The question is, how much do you trust people? And the answer is, everyone you know is gonna betray your trust in some way, shape, or form. So you should trust people that they are just people, they're humans, right? So you shouldn't give somebody some information that you wouldn't eventually want to be known to certain people, right? That's just the truth of it. Or you shouldn't give some people certain information that if a gun was pointed to their head, they're gonna choose to give up the secret rather than protect you. That might happen. I know this is like hypotheticals, right? But what I'm trying to say is, you can't live your life without trusting someone. In the sense of you can't have a real relationship, whether it's with friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, doesn't really matter, family members, if you don't allow yourself to be vulnerable on some level. It's in the trusting that gives the relationship meaning. If that person can't hurt you, they ain't really in your life in any major way, really. They could be sleeping in the same bed with you, but they ain't really nothing more than an acquaintance. If they can't hurt you, then they haven't. What's their value being in their life? In your life, sorry. The main value comes from putting your trust in someone, confiding in someone in whatever way, shape, or form, and you being protected. That brings the value of that person up in your life. So if you never trust anyone, you know, you're gonna live kind of a lonely life. And the truth is, everyone's gonna disappoint you because they're human. So once you get over that, then you can kind of see whether this person is worth disappointing you. Does that make sense? I got a best friend, and 2 times in his life, maybe even 3, he's chose his girl over his friends. And every single time I forgave him. Why? Because he's worth me being disappointed. Does that make sense? The relationship was worth the disappointment. And I also know when it comes down to a scenario when he gets a new girl, he's gonna choose the girl over his friends. I know that. I got a friend that he ain't never gonna be on time. So I trust that when I say 6 o'clock, he's getting there for 8. But rather than me getting angry at him every single time, you know, either I tell him it starts at 4, or I expect him to be late. You know what I mean? I trust that he's gonna disappoint me to be late, rather than putting that expectation on someone that, you know he ain't got the facilities for that. So that's what I mean. You kind of need to know who your friends are, know who you are, and put your expectations in the right place. Like if you know that you got a friend that, oh, if I tell her that I'm seeing some guy, she's gonna try and message that guy and cheat on me or whatever, blah 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 blah, then don't tell that friend. But maybe that's the best friend you tell about your mom having a surgery. You know what I mean? So I think it's about knowing yourself, knowing your friends, and trusting they will do the things that you know they're gonna do. So that's my 2 cents on that, which is kind of an interesting take. I'm pretty sure you haven't heard that take before. Trust that you'll be disappointed. You know what I mean? And that is just how the cookie gonna crumble with that one. But also, don't put your friends in positions where you're setting them up to fail. You know? W's in the chat. Whew.
Oh, what's the male equivalent? Yeah, flowers.
Huh.
On TikTok, some people be like, banana bread, some people be like, it's like a gay, finding a gay. Oops.
Well, I don't think flowers. So the question is, what's the male equivalent of flowers? Flowers is not every day, so I wouldn't say cooking for him. But it could be cooking his favorite meal, right? Or it could be, yeah, like you said, buying him a game that he really likes, or providing space for him to have a boys' night where they go and watch a football match, or they go and, you know, do whatever guys do when they get together.
I feel like if it was me, yeah. Like me personally, I would say that the equivalent would be like something that, like, if I'm using my past relationship as an example, it would be something that she can bake that, or something that she can make that only she can make that is personalized to us. Like,
After you, boss, after you. Sorry. It's alright, no. Cheers.
that's something that only she can make, yeah. That's personalized to me, like I don't know. One time she baked me sort of caramel cookies. I'll say that's equivalent to flowers.
Yeah, I mean, what are flowers? Flowers are a physical gesture of I'm thinking of you,
Yeah.
right? So whatever is the, you know, for some guys it's going to be a blowjob, let's be real. So whatever it is, that is the physical gesture of, like, the physical manifestation of I am thinking of you. You are on my mind. I appreciate you. Right? That's what the flowers are. So that's you know, whatever that is for the male is going to be what that is. That's a good question. You know, I guess if it varies on the guy, but it has to be something of the guy's interest, basically.
Yeah. What is like? What's the best type of workout that she can do? Like, should the guy be a gym guy? Be like a swimmer guy? Should the guy be like me and do calisthenics? Should it be a hybrid guy? Or like, yeah.
Okay, so what's the best workout style for a man? Well, this is going to be a bit of a trick question type thing, because for me, or the answer would be for me, no, whatever keeps that guy fit. So it might be that I hate swimming, but I love lifting weights. It may be that I hate lifting weights, but I love swimming. My friend hates going to the gym, but would love to play football. I don't like to walk around and do the 10K on the treadmill, sorry. But I would do this with you, or I would play football instead. So I think whatever workout keeps you in shape, as a man, you have to be in shape. You just have to be in shape. Like, I'm not saying six pack, but I'm saying in shape. Whatever, like, you need to have a level of fitness about you, a level of physicality about you as a man, period. That's a non-negotiable. W, bucket hat chats, let's go.
W. Um,
If you run out of questions, you can ask ChatGPT for help.
I want it to be organic. Oh yeah. I feel like what's the most like noble like man job?
Noble man, John.
Like a firefighter, policeman, like or what's like most noble?
Okay, so the question is, what's the most noble job for a man? Noble is an interesting question, but essentially I would say noble comes along, it's a job that has integrity, and that's a job that in some level has a service or potentially is self-sacrificing. So that's a tough question because the truth is competence usually gets paid, right, to some degree. I feel like whatever job that you have that improves, like affects multiple people, so more than just yourself and your family, extends outside of yourself locally. So if it's even more than just your local village or your local sphere of people, that's great. And that job has integrity, so it doesn't conflict with your pride, it's morally just. And provides a better life for yourself or the people around you. And I would say that's a noble job. What may that be? It could be a firefighter, it could be a policeman, but it could also be a garbage man, right? He's cleaning up the city. It could also be the guys that be working in the sewers, bro. He's taking care of your poop. Yeah, he's taking care of your poop because you don't want to be taking care of that. You don't want to be going down there and fixing them sewers. That's a job like, people may look down on that guy, but we literally could not run the country without him. Quite literally. So I think that's the main indicators. Is it a job that you can be proud of? Is it a job that isn't taking advantage of a particular group of people or anyone for that matter? Is it a job that has integrity? Is it a job that is for the betterment of your fellow man? I would say that's a noble job. So yeah, that's a good question. And to be honest with you, for your own mental health, the more noble question, quote unquote, your job is, the better your life gonna be. The more that you feel like you're doing God's work, the better you're gonna feel about your life, So I would say aspire for that. People that got jobs just for the job's sake or jobs that you feel like have very little impact, it's hard for you to feel motivated. But if you're working for a homeless shelter, you might wake up and be like, yeah, because you know that you're affecting people's lives in a positive way. So that's kind of what I had to say about that. So W's in the chat.
It's a big one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
As a man, is it okay to cry?
This is a good question. As a man, is it okay to cry? It's drinking delicious.
Very nice.
Yeah, today's stream is sponsored by whatever this is. That is in the chat. That is in the chat. All right. Bucket Hat Talks. Is it okay to cry as a man? The short answer, yes. The long answer, where?
Yeah.
And for how long?
How long?
So the where, on your own, bro, or to your other brothers. But even that, to be honest with you, I would probably maybe think twice about that. But either alone or to your other brothers that are going to understand your pain and maybe will empathize with you, and also will not let you stay there for long. It's okay to cry, but if you spend too much time in that space, you will be lost in the source and will not know how to come out. It will disable you. Do you know what tears are? It's the physical manifestation of an emotion overflowing, because you've reached a tipping point and now it's overflowing. And that overflow should get you to level, back down to level. But if you spend too long there, now you're depleting yourself. Does that make sense? So, yes, do it. Hopefully do it either by yourself or in the company of people that are going to support you through that process. But don't stay anywhere in the deep for too long, because you'll forget how to come out of there. So that's my 2 cents on that. W in the chat. Great question.
As a man, is it okay to play games?
Alright, so as a man, is it okay to play games? So, I think it's on your circumstance. Games can teach you a lot of life lessons about perseverance and about perseverance and problem solving, and how to manage certain numbers and figures, and all them type of calculations that you might need to defeat a difficult boss, etc. I don't think you should underestimate what goes into playing games, whatever level or aspect that is. But I think, again, it's the where and how long. You can't be playing games in an inappropriate situation. So if it's getting in the way of your social interactions, you're playing games in a family setting when you should be going out and talking to people, then I think that's, it's messing with your communication skills. You're going to gain great communication skills online, but in person, it also matters, right? So if it's getting in the way of that, that's a problem. That's number one. Number two, for how long? I mean, if it's like after work and you've done all what you needed to do, there's nothing outstanding for you to do, and you got free time, why not? If it's the thing that is taking up the majority of your time, I think you got to find out what you're running away from, because a game is like going into another world, right? And playing another simulation. But you're already in a world and you're already in a simulation. You are already a game character. So, like I said, certain amount of your energy needs to be working on grinding your own real life character, in the same way that you're grinding this cartoon pixelated character. So it comes with a pinch of salt of, you can't spend your life on that unless it's paying your bills. If you're gaming and it's paying your bills, then spend every damn minute on the games. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you should be gaming 24/7. But if it ain't paying your bills, if it's not getting you, like I said, if you're not able to touch more people with that game and help more people with that game, and influence people positively with that game, and it's only gratifying yourself, your focus is on yourself, then you should probably spend less time on that game. That's my W for the chat on that one.
As a guy, what's the best dress sense you have?
Okay, so chat, the question is, as a guy, what's the best dress sense to have? Well, this is what I will say. You need to dress well. Look at other men that you admire. Look at their outfits. What do they wear? And try and copy their outfits. Like, you ain't got to have Armani and Gucci on. You just got to dress. You just got to color coordinate, put yourself together type thing. And there's ways you could do that on a budget. I would say whenever you're going to important occasions, how you dress is one of the first indicators of the type of person you are. You know why you see these billionaires wearing like casual t-shirts and casual trousers? They billionaires, dog. Unless you're a billionaire, you can't be dressing like that. They're already established. They already done their time wearing suits and tie. So they can get away with it. You can't get away with it if you're not on that level. And to be honest, as a billionaire, I'm still dressing well. I'm not going to be dressing scruffy like that. But the whole point is like,
I thought they wear like maybe the mad brands, but like it's actually like very discreet.
yeah, that's true. That's another thing. But you should always dress for the occasion because it shows people I am taking this seriously. Whatever the occasion is, you know, you wouldn't go to a funeral in shorts and flip-flops. You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's disrespectful. Why are people say it's disrespectful? Because it looks like you're not taking this seriously. You wouldn't go to a wedding dressed in shorts and flip-flops, right? So that's what it means. So you're presenting yourself to the world and saying, look, I am taking this seriously. I take myself seriously. And then people look at you in that positive way. So that's just GG's. You ain't got to spend money on your appearance, but you should be presentable as a man pretty much at all times. Like I said, the pressure is on the men to look and be their best at majority of the times, but you can't really be caught slipping type thing. So it's GG's. We're probably going to have to end the stream soon because we're running low on battery. So we probably got like 1 or 2 questions left.
What's the furthest you should really be looking to go education-wise?
Or as in like, should you get a degree? Should you get a master? Should you get a PhD? Okay. Here's what I will say. Experience is going to beat a degree 7 times out of 10. Maybe it's higher, maybe it's lower, depending on the industry. But there's some industries where you can't get in the door unless you got a degree or a master's or something. You ain't gonna get experience as a brain surgeon, bro, without a degree, right? Or a master's or a doctorate. So it depends. But then there are some subjects where I wouldn't say degree is a complete waste of time, but there probably is a better way to use your time and money for those 3 years as opposed to getting a degree for it. And there's some subjects which are like that. So I would say, I think education is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself, man or woman. But in terms of getting a degree or a master's or a doctorate, you need to look at your field. How many people are in that field without having got those accolades is 1, and what do you feel like you'll get from that education is 2. Is there a way that you can do it faster or cheaper is 3. And another thing is like, for some people, getting a degree, if you're not in a certain uni, then don't even bother with the degree type thing. If you're not in the top 100 red brick uni, then you might as well just get the experience instead. So it really does depend on the subject and what you're doing. But there is definitely value, like having lived in the world and applied for roles. There's definitely value in a degree or the doctorate or master's. Yeah, I think it just depends on which avenue you're going. Education is key for sure. I think we got Barry for one more question. Bobby's in the chat. Huh?
It's for Team Rocket.
Oh. We're on about 5K right now, guys. Ooh. Bobby's in the chat. Last question of the stream. Any life lessons that you wanted to know, like any life, you're a young man, like.
I almost asked everything. A lot of things I need to know. I just won't execute.
I mean, like I said, everybody knows it's inside you. Answers inside you. Yeah, last question of the stream, bro. If you're confused, then you can ask ChatGPT, like.
About being a man.
Back it. Yeah, Bucket Hat Talks, Bucket Hat Talks. So the question is, what was the question? What's the biggest burden being alive, or man, being alive in this world and trying to navigate the world is difficult for man and woman alike. There's so many left and rights. So to pave your way in the world well, it's the task of our life, isn't it? Right? How do I leave my legacy? I think the biggest burden comes from taking responsibility. And before anyone else, it's about taking responsibility for yourself, right? So I feel like a lot of men fail to do this. They fail to take responsibility for themselves, which means that in turn they fail the responsibility that they have to other people around them. Because you can't help someone else until you help yourself, right? And sometimes you help yourself by helping others. So I would say this is the biggest burden that men carry, is being responsible, taking responsibility and accountability for themselves. Because it's easy to put that onus, I'm this, I'm that, I was born from this, I'm black, people are racist, da, 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 da. I feel like, everybody's got cards stacked against them and everybody's got cards in their favor. And you just got to play the hand that you've been dealt in the best way possible, right? So I think it's about not making excuses for your current situation and trying your best to navigate the world and take responsibility for yourself and what you want. And in doing that, you'll become, the best version of yourself and somebody that people love and respect and look up to, which is not easy to do. So there is like a side note of like, you're put in this world to create. You are made in the eyes of the creator, and that is to create. And should you bring another life force into this world, I think there is a big argument to say that you should. Some of your life purpose is to procreate, but at the same time, you need to be able to be responsible for yourself and another life to be in that position. So again, it comes down to you taking responsibility for yourself and accountability for yourself. That is probably the biggest burden that we have to carry, because it's not just, it's not like you was just doing this on your own. There's also people trying to take stuff from you, right? There's people trying to take what belongs to you, or people that necessarily aren't in your life for the right reasons. So, it's a mixed bag, really. It's not such a simple question. or I wouldn't say it's not such a simple journey. So W, last question of the chat. Hope you had a great time. W chat, we appreciate you.
W's in the chat.
And yeah,
Got some Pokemon Go progress as well.
yeah, I'm gonna try and do a Pokemon Go stream. I need to figure that one out. But GG's.